YouTube, I've clicked go live, so I'm hoping we're going live. Jen's just quickly grabbing her stuff. I've got Jassy here as well.
Hi.
I'm looking on YouTube. We're not technically on there yet, as far as I can see, but hopefully we're coming on soon. Nicole's already left a message, so hopefully that means Nicole's here. So if you're here, please say hi so we know if we're live yet. Oh, technology is never my friend.
Oh. Hang on, I'm confused now.
We are live.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Here we go. Sorry, that was me. I had YouTube open on another tab. So we are, I can hear myself talk now. So we are live.
oh, okay. Let me take a look.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nicole's just commented. She says we're here. She can see us. Yay. Hi. Jen's just quickly grabbing her laptop as well because the way she's set up, she can't quite see the comments. So she's quickly grabbing it so that she can see all of our comments and so we can have a chat and have a little talk here. But yeah, so if this is your first time joining us on a live, welcome. I'm Sam from Made by Erland. We've also got Jen from Jen's Homeadeology. Both of our YouTubes are broadcasting this, so feel free to check them both out. But also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Jen's channel. She is so close to hitting the magic 1,000.
I did.
You did! Yay!
Yeah, that was during your Facebook ban time. Yep, I did.
Oh, yay! Congratulations. Sorry, I'm Facebook banned. Yeah, so I have no idea what's happening in the real world anymore. It's really sad. So when the new pattern went on, I asked Jassy, can we please do a live so that I can talk to people because I'm bored and sad alone. Nicole's just asked a question. Can you tell me the finished measurement of the Packmate? I actually know this. I want to say off by heart, but that's not true because I had to add it onto my website yesterday. So the finished measurements.
Okay, I just updated. Apparently, I updated wrongly. Instead
oh
of
no,
11,
so I need to go check my website.
Yeah, instead of 11 inch, I key in 22 on the keypad. So I'm going to send out the revised measurement dimension. The finished dimension is 11.58 inch by almost 9 and 5 1/8 inch depth.
Okay, so 11 that way, 9 inches that way, and
Yes. 5 1/8 inch.
5 1/8 on the depth.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Rory. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so it's super fun. So I did, because I did one that didn't have the side pockets as well. So the side gussets add about 1 centimeter on each side. I go in centimeters because in Australia we do centimeters. So I measured that for the website when I was listing them online last night. So if you take the side zipper gussets away, so you'll take 1 centimeter off on either side. So that's about 3/8 off on either side. Yeah, so we thought we'd jump on, we'd have a chat because truth be told, I'm bored and I'm lonely without Facebook. It's sad. How sad is that to say I'm, 48 hours without Facebook? And I'm like, I have no friends. Who do I talk to?
I can imagine that, especially our business are all surrounded by, Facebook community.
Yeah.
Definitely
We're always talking
like
to
a
each other.
little bit of social outcast at the moment.
Yes.
There's so much going on, right?
Yeah, such a social outcast. My only lucky thing is Instagram hasn't blocked me yet, so fingers crossed that stays okay. And then, so I managed to send a message through Instagram to Jassy and then made Jassy message other people to tell everyone that I've gone missing. But yeah,
I was chatting with you just like, I think a minute or two earlier. And the next thing I know that I received a message from you from Instagram.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what is the basis, but I was blocked out before. But never too long. Never too long like this.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know there's a few other people in the bag community have been blocked recently by Facebook as well. So it's scary because like so many of us, I don't know how many of you guys watching, but a lot of us, sewing is like, it's our hobby, it's our downtime, but it's quite like a lonely hobby, right? Really, like we sit there by ourselves, we sew by ourselves. So it's hard to suddenly lose that community, like all your friends, all the people that you know. And that's what I was sitting there thinking. I'm like, who do I need to tell? Who doesn't know that I'm missing? Funny thing is, though, from being blocked, I now have people's phone numbers again. I stopped getting phone numbers, and now we have phone numbers again. So a good thing comes out of it. But yeah, we wanted to jump on because obviously for the first time in I don't know how long, and I'm not on holidays, that I can't promote the new pattern. I've not been able to show you guys my makes, talk to you guys about my makes. So I said to Jassy, can we please do a video? It'll make me feel like I can talk about the pattern, and then you guys can ask questions without any worries. Oh, Nicole's getting a circle. Hopefully it's nothing bad, and it's just a quick loading. YouTube does funny things too, because YouTube wants to get ads out. So sometimes it could be that too. I'm quickly jumping on. Yeah, unfortunately, Nicole, it is you. I might have to, I wonder if I can message Nicole. Because it's still showing up on mine. So I am still seeing the live. So I think it might just be, yeah. Thank you, Rory. Rory's written back before I could even type. So hopefully Nicole can come back on. But I thought it was a good way to come on and talk about things, because sometimes when you're on Facebook, you know, it's your profile linked there. I know on YouTube when you guys ask questions, your names are on there too, but I feel like it's not as confronting. So if you wanted to ask questions that are maybe a little bit harsh towards Jassy, like, Jassy, why are you making me do big zippers like that? Are they hard? How hard are they really? Things like that. Like, it's a good chance to have a talk about it, you know, and not worry about the fact that Jassy will be sitting there and stalking you afterwards. No, Jassy doesn't.
I hope I'm not under the spotlight today.
Yeah, not under the spotlight. And yeah, we can have a little talk about what I wish we thought about getting some of the testers on too, because this was such a fun test. I'm really annoyed that I got kicked out just on the last couple of days of the testing period, because it was really fun to see. Normally when you do one of these tests, you kind of see a similar style of bag coming out over and over again. And this test, I think we saw a lot of really different things, and really early on, people were starting to show their creativity. I know Chris, I think it might have only been like day 4, day 5 of the test. She came up with her second one, and it was like an embroidered one. I don't know if she's did that yet, so I might be giving out
the Hello Kitty. The Hello Kitty.
Yeah, the Hello Kitty one.
Yes, that was awesome actually.
Yeah, and I know, is it Rochelle who did a cotton woven one? So that was really cool, because most of the time I think with tests, none of us use cotton woven, because let's be honest. If we've been bag making for a while, we don't like using cotton woven because we have to interface and do all of that. And then so when you
it's been a long time since I use interfacing, to be honest.
Me too. I hate interfacing. And so I think that's one of the things, like, that was really surprising when Rochelle pulled out the cotton woven. I was like, oh, this is fun. Someone's gonna, because we always get asked, that's always a question that gets asked, what kind of materials can you use cotton woven? Can you use vinyl? Can you use, and I'm putting my hand up, I will never use cotton woven making a bag because I'm lazy.
In fact, if you use cotton woven fused with interfacing, it actually adds more bulk than the vinyl and waterproof lining.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's actually tougher to sew at the final assembly. That is my opinion.
Yeah. It would be. That is, yeah. And actually, that was something that was really surprising to me. A few of you, if you're wondering how tough this pattern is to sew, one of the things that I was worried about is that final assembly, that bit here. I know I mentioned it to you, Jassy, before, but it still amazes me how beautifully it slips in. It literally just slides straight in, and it's so beautifully. Even I don't because I don't design patterns, so I don't know if this is a thought that goes through your head. but even that curve, how you're looping it as it goes through the sewing machine, it moves so smoothly. It's such a perfect curve and perfect angle to sew. Like it's such a fun, easy sew. Well, not easy. I wouldn't say easy, but like it's easy in a challenging way, if that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Back to my copy.
Because the way we sew is a loop sewing, which make it easier when you sew a corner like this or binding, So there are different ways to sew it, but personally, I find loop sewing is still the best for such tight corners.
Yeah, definitely. I'm fully obsessed now with loop. I think I've told Jassy before. I've mentioned in some of my tutorials. There's a lot of bags that I never used the loop method for until after Jassy introduced it to me, the Pandora Allure, and now I loop everything. Oh, Nicole's back. Yeah. So now I loop everything. I love sewing gussets on with the loop method now. It's changed the way I sew. Even with patterns that aren't Jassy's, I've gone to looping. There's one pattern, I won't mention the pattern designer. She's a really big name pattern designer. But for whatever reason, this pattern, this bag, that's Charlie, my partner, walking out, if you guys saw that.
Yeah, I saw him in the background.
But there's this pattern from this big name pattern designer, and I could never get the gusset to fit on these panels, but no one ever complained about it on her Facebook page. So I'm like, it's just me. I can't make it work. And then after Jassy mentioned the Pandora Allure to loop, I tried doing the gusset on a different pattern with the loop with that designer, and suddenly that gusset fit perfectly. So maybe it's the fabric choices that I've been using, and the loop method therefore works better for me. But that's what I found. The looping is working so much better with, oh no, Nicole's got a forest fire going on near her.
Oh no.
Oh, I hope you stay safe, Nicole, and it stays nice and far away from you guys, hopefully, fingers crossed. So over here in Australia, we obviously get fires quite a lot. Ours are bushfires. So, yep, I know the fear. So hopefully you guys stay safe, and thank you for joining in still. Like, that's dedication. But yeah, so if you guys haven't tried loop sewing on the gusset, even if you don't, sorry, Jassy, even if you don't buy this pattern, even if you don't buy the Packmate, check out the videos. Both Jen and I have tutorials for the Packmate, and check out how we do that loop method for the gusset assembly, and try it on some of your other patterns. It's going to change the way you sew. I promise you, it changed how I sew. A lot of gussets, I used to have to use staples. I no longer need staples with the loop method. It's just clip and go. And then sometimes I don't even clip. Sorry, Jen. Jen picks on me.
I don't sometimes. It really just depends on my mood whether or not I clip or not.
Yeah, I'm just bad. I just never clip. I went and bought more clips for this pattern because I was like, Jen's going to pick on me for not having enough clips. And I still don't have enough clips. I don't know how many clips people buy. Like, like Jassy, your patterns where you have all the clips all the way around on your photos, how many clips do you own?
I also recently bought a lot just for the tutorial, just for the photo steps, because honestly, that's not how I sew off the camera. Like you, I sew as I will align as I sew. I find clipping sometimes is not as accurate for me, because I tend to line it up. I always focus within that 3 inch from the needle to the sewing bait. I think that is the best. But however, clips are always useful, especially for photos like what you say, the double-sided tape. Yeah.
Rory.
And also just now you mentioned about the loop sewing. I think I did a video before, or TikTok, I'm not sure, because it also depends on how the design is being made. Some gusset are made shorter, or some is slightly longer. So it depends on you're facing. It does matter slightly how you line up on your gusset or the
That's
side
true.
panel.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah, so it really depends. Some designer design in a different way, and it's so maybe look sewing doesn't apply, but there's always no harm on trying.
definitely. Especially
Yeah.
I find when you're clipping your gusset to your front or back panel, whatever you're clipping it to, if you're finding you have to stretch it on those corners and it's really hard to do, what I've done a few of them is I'm sewing it normally on the straight corners, and then when it comes to those inside corners, I then go
Turn
and loop
around.
it.
Yeah, I get that. Sometimes I do that too.
So just to embarrass Jassy a little bit, the reason why Jassy's camera is looking at her ceiling and not at her is because it's currently 7 a.m. in Singapore. So she is actually eating breakfast. So she's hiding her face from us while she eats.
Yeah, because today I woke up quite later than usual because my waking hours is usually 5 a.m. but today I overshot. Yeah, I woke up at 6 o'clock.
Can we all take a minute to say how insane that is? That she said, I woke up at 6 o'clock. That was a sleep in.
But after being a mom, I think that is probably usual hours. I would think so. I mean in Singapore because Charlotte school bus will pick her up at 6:15. So usually by then she will wake up at 5:40. Myself, I will wake up about close to 5 a.m. to prepare.
If
Sam's looking nervous.
My kids up at 6:15, I would be homeschooling.
What time does the school starts over your side?
Us, it's I think 9:45, 9 o'clock.
Wow, but that is kindy, right? It's not those for us we call it primary school here.
Yeah, so ours is primary school. Our primary schools are 9 o'clock. I think our high school are the same too. But we go through the whole day, so we finish at 2:30. But you guys, because I remember Hong Kong was the same. Hong Kong in summer, you had summer timetables so that you didn't have to be at school during the really hot period of the day, in the middle of the day.
Okay, for us they start at 7:30 to 1:30. Yeah, so and for those who do the public transport, like for Charlotte, the school bus, they will arrive here about 6:15 to pick them up. So they will arrive at school before 7, before all the traffic start to build up. Yeah, it's too early. So I do sleep earlier than usual. We usually in a bed by 9:30.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Nicole, that makes more sense. 9 till 3. Like I can deal with 9 till 3.
That's what it is here.
You can do that anytime.
Yeah. Rory also just said she's new to Sophisticated Craft Patterns, and she's just finished the tailor convertible. If you're still there, which one did you do? Did you do the birthed or the binded? And have you done many binded patterns? That's the fun one, because Jassy does do a lot of bound patterns, and it's I want to say it's a newish transition, because all your earlier patterns were all birthed, and then you've slowly moved on to binding.
Yes, to be honest, in the earlier days, I was more concerned about. I'm still concerned about how the makers do, but that for birthing method, there is always a limitation on how better can be done. Whereas for binding, there is more possibility. Like for example, this Packmate.
Dropping my scholars pack.
Yes, that you can really explore the side panel, because I don't think there's any way that we can do it without with buffing method. Yeah. And Robbie, please show your tailor convertible in the Facebook group, because I think you do have 5 times chance for the share your make challenge.
Oh wow, 5 times. It's a big bag. The tailor convertible is a big bag. Yes. So far, so Rory and Nicole, I know there's more people watching, because I've got YouTube tells me about eyeballs, and there's a lot more eyeballs than just 2 people. So I know you guys are here, but so far Nicole and Rory are both fans, so we all like binding. I know Jen is, I am, Jassy is. So I think by my logic and my statistics, 100% of the sewing world likes to bind. So we don't need to do birthing patterns anymore, Jassy. And this is why I'm not a statistician. Is that how you? I can't say the word. But yeah.
Well, birthing method, yeah. I mean, we can always try, but it's not easy to just birth the bag, especially you have so many layers. Really give binding a try. Once you get it, it's really.
I actually think binding makes the bag making process faster too. I know
it really does.
Jassy, Jen and I both made Jassy's laptop pattern. So Jassy has a sophisticated laptop pattern. It's one of my favorite laptop bags. I make a lot of them. And I only bind them now. So the pattern is actually written as a birth pattern, but Jassy told Jen and I, you can bind it. And ever since I made my first one bound, it's so much easier. It comes together really quick. And yes, the stability and the structure. So when you bind, you can actually, because I make to sell, so cost obviously comes into it. And when you bind, sometimes you can get away with not having stabilizer, especially on some of the smaller bags. It's one of the things I love. There's a pattern that I did a tutorial for. Sorry, it's not one of your patterns, Jassy. By Eclipse. She's an Australian bag designer, and I can't remember the full pattern name. That's really embarrassing. It's Eclipse. I know it's Eclipse Patterns, and
I think I remember which one. Yeah.
And if you didn't use if it wasn't bound, you would have to use stabilizer. But because it's bound on a vinyl make, I don't have to use any stabilizer. Which stabilizer is really expensive in Australia, so I get all my stabilizers shipped from Jassy in Singapore, and that still works out cheaper than the subpar products that I can buy in Australia, even including that international shipping. So if I can get away with no stabilizer, I halve my cost. Well, not quite half, but it's a lot. But stabilizer is a big portion of cost when it comes to bag making.
100%, and it just looks more
It does.
polished.
I am a sucker for over stabilizing bags. I thought I was bad, but we've got Jassy laughing because we know she knows who I'm talking about. One of our friends in the UK, Milena, she's also one of the testers. You would see her bag coming up. Every test we do, she's got 2 little ones at home. So normally I'll get mine done before she gets hers done. And I always have to message her going, don't overstabilize. Stop it. Take your stabilizer away. Because if she can, she will probably throw hard plastic in there.
I think she did the Pandora a lot. Wow. I think she really overstabilized for that.
Yeah.
But it looks great. The end result looks great. It's just at the process of turning the bag, because we still need to turn the bag. And sewing the corners is tricky. I really salute her for that.
I know Milena amazes me every time when she comes out with another bag, because she uses so much stabilizer that they always look amazing. But I'm like, how did you do that? Like, I don't understand how you could. My hands. Yeah, I'm like, I don't have the ability to do that with that much stabilizer. She is amazing. Nikki's just joined us. She lost track of time. That is completely your problem, because I've been messaging you for the last hour and a half. So for you to lose track of time, I blame you. Oh, and if anyone has watched my Packmate tutorial, and at one point I call someone out and you think I'm being rude, it's to Nikki. I was calling Nikki out. I don't know if Jassy's, you've even watched the whole video. It's something about top stitching, because Nikki has this theory that top stitching is only top stitching if it's from the external side up.
Yes, I remember that conversation.
So I called her out in my tutorial.
Technically she's not wrong, because some machine does the feed dog. Yeah, they just bite into your vinyl. But yeah, technically both sides should be all right.
Oh, Nikki had to do dinner. Oh, Okay, you can. Well, no, actually, you don't get a pass for that. Jassy was eating live on air.
Mine is still here. My fault. I woke up too late.
You were up late yesterday, though.
6 a.m.
You had a very long day yesterday. I don't blame you for sleeping in a little bit.
Yeah, yesterday was a long day, and thank you so much for the support for the Packmate. It was really, relief. I mean, whenever there's a pre-launch, the chaos behind the scene, both of you know very well. Especially you all do the. Thankful for both of you to do the tutorial. Otherwise, I really couldn't manage because prior to the launch, there's so much computer work to do.
I think that's one of the things, like, a lot of us don't realize behind the scenes with the launch is how much actually goes on. So even as a tester, you would see obviously that you test the pattern. Sometimes some patterns you have to make a fair bit of adjustments even in a testing period. But what you don't see is all of the information that goes on. I particularly mentioned in my tutorial this time the tester's blog, because I've recently found out a lot of people don't realize that Jassy does a tester's blog. So if you go onto the Sophisticated Craft website, she's got a blog section on the side, and you click onto it, you can see testers makes from all of the tests that she's ever done. So all of her patterns will have a blog there, and it shows every single tester's make, what interfacing they used, what stabilizer they used, what types of fabric they used. So it gives you a really good idea. I was telling Jassy this yesterday. If you've watched my videos, sometimes I mix and match my stabilizers. I'm very erratic when it comes to stabilizers, to what I'm doing. And so I don't remember what I use. And so I always go back onto the tester blogs and I see what other people have done and what stabilizer they use to then decide what to use when I make mine. So it's a really good resource to check out. I know, was it the Pixie? Is it the Pixie Clear? No, Jen's Hexatote, because Hexatote was before my time, but Jen tested the Hexatote. And
I did.
I think so. Yeah, one of the bags that you didn't do and you went back to check on the tester make.
I think it was the Hexatote. And I know it's the Hexatote and the Pixie Clear of Jen's I had saved in my screenshots for ages because I wanted to do it eventually one day. And the Clear Pixie is the cutest little Stitch. Like, is he a wizard? I think
it's the D&D versions of Stitch.
Yeah. And it's the cutest thing. That bag lives in my head.
Aww.
And then I want to say the Hexatote was a Mickey Mouse one. So
it was.
See,
Mickey
I'm
Mouse,
a stalker. I
I
know things. But yeah, it's one of the things, like, with tester makes, like, sometimes people think, oh yeah, when I, like, you see testers comment and then you'll see me comment underneath and you're like, oh, Sam's just boosting it. But genuinely, I get so excited seeing some of these bags. They live in my head. A lot of them live in my head. I know I've already mentioned Chris, but Chris's Hello Kitty bag lives in my head. I'm not a Hello Kitty fan, and that bag is in my head.
It's so cute.
So
I
cute.
love it.
Yeah, I'm not big on pink. I'm not big on Hello Kitty, but I want that bag.
Yeah, for Chris, yeah. She and Laura, they love to do the embroidery, and I really salute them. Because it looked pretty, but the process, I share my experience on the embroidery. Oh, I have not touched, I think, coming to 4 years.
Don't say that. I just convinced Nikki to buy an embroidery machine.
Oh my God. Okay, but it's different. Maybe it's good when I make bags to sell. But for now, I don't know, my hands hurt so much then before I realized there's a table press. That was my early days of custom bag making, and shortly after we went through lockdown. So yeah, it was crazy thinking back, and that really scares me off.
Yeah.
Oh, so Nikki already bought. Hey, Nikki, Nathan first day of preschool. I hope he enjoyed his day.
Aww, it's so fun. She sent me some photos. Nathan isn't a baby anymore. Nathan's a proper kid now. Sorry, Nikki. I'm going to make you cry again.
Oh.
For those of you who don't know us or are new to Sophisticated, the four of us, I say four, I include Nikki in that because we all talk a lot. We do quite talk a lot. Actually, if you're even new in the Sophisticated Craft community, you'll notice if you start talking to us, we'll all start talking to you. And then next thing you know, you'll have a new best friend because that's kind of what we do over there. It's more of a, like, I don't even treat Sophisticated Craft as just like a sophisticated community anymore. To me, it's just my bag making community. Oh, yay, he loved it. That's so good. I think it helps that he's that little bit older too, so that he knows that you're going to come back and he gets to just enjoy the day. Jen's little face.
Yeah, because like, when little ones go to school, like I'm gonna like cry now just for it, and it wasn't even my little one. But like I had my oldest, not the oldest out of our kids, but my oldest started high school this year, and I'm just like, I just had Grayson start kindergarten last year, and now Chase is in high school, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they're all growing up so fast.
So fast, right? It's
Where did the time go to?
yeah.
Wait for us.
Because I obviously I'm Facebook banned, hence why we're all here talking to me. So I've had to use Instagram more. And one of my Instagram posts that I've pinned at the top is like an introduction to me as a business. And the photos on it is from when I first started my business. And Savannah's an actual baby. Like I'm like, she's not a baby anymore. Like I don't even think I can call her a toddler anymore. Like she's a proper kid.
How old is she now?
Yeah, three now. Yeah, same as Nathan.
Oh goodness, I still try to get away with calling Grayson a toddler, and he's 6.
I know. I have to admit, I very often just like, oh, yeah, I've got 2 toddlers. And I'm like, Kian's 5. I don't think I can call him a toddler anymore. It's just your default, right? Like, I've got a toddler. Talking about people with 2 toddlers, I don't know if I've told Jen and Jassy this, but Leanne's got 2 as well. And her 2 are exactly the same age as my 2, Kian and Savannah. And how many did she make with the Packmate this time? 5. She puts us all to shame. I don't understand how she's made 5. It is insane.
It is really insane because, as you know, we are also testing another bed now. I literally have to really run because she's catching up real fast.
Yeah, because she's made,
you heard that,
I think,
a little sneak.
2 so far.
2. But actually, I was going to say, to be fair, both of your 2 are like the full version without the simplified side. But I think Leanne's were all with the zipper pockets too on the side.
Yeah, I think she did exactly as what the patterns offer. Yeah, all with 2 zipper pocket. But this is not too bad. I find Packmate is easier, faster in a way. But the score, that impresses me a lot. I think she did 6 smaller pack.
Yeah.
5 or 6. Yeah, I lost count. I
think it was by launch she had 5, and then she was working on her 6th after launch, if I remember right.
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
We all talk about like our sewing speeds, and I think some of you may know or may have assumed by just watching my videos that I am ADHD. I'm going to officially get diagnosed soon. Yay!
I think I'm on that line. But I'm too old to go and diagnose. I would just put it.
And one of the things with ADHD that I've recently learned is I have really bad ability to tell time. So if I'm enjoying something, it's really hard for me to realize or understand how much time I've spent on it. And one of the questions in Jassy's tester blogs that she puts up is, how long did this pattern take you to make, cut to finish? And I'm like, I don't know. I never know. I think the Travelnizer was probably the first time Jassy realized that I just make up numbers sometimes for that, because I think the Travelnizer, I put down 3 to 4 hours. And then Jassy said to me, every other tester is saying 8 to 10 hours, Sam. What did you do?
Yeah. I realized that it's like, well, this girl really is so fast.
It's not that I'm fast. I lie to myself, I think. But I think we all do that when we're sewing, right? We enjoy it and we lose track of time.
Oh yeah, I have to
Yes.
keep track. Like I do a timer on my watch, or else I will have no idea how long it's taking me.
Yeah. The filming tutorials has been really helpful. Filming tutorials has helped me really get an idea of how long I take. So don't base it on how long a tutorial is, because if you look at my tutorials, if you look at mine and Jen's tutorials, I haven't looked at the Packmate yet, but our tutorial times, there's normally a fair bit of time difference because obviously I talk a lot. I think this alone tells us that I just talk through the whole thing. And then we obviously speed up some of the simpler sews that you guys don't need to watch and waste time watching us, sew a dead straight line. So, but because we film the whole process, it kind of gives you a really good idea of like how long it takes us. See, yes, time blindness is so real. I never believed it until I was talking to my therapist like a while ago, and she's like, let's talk about this. What else do you not understand with time? And I'm like, I don't know. And I always say that I'm OCD with time, because I will set a billion alarms. I can make myself sick if I think I'm late. And Jassy probably realizes this with like some of the editing and the uploading of the videos onto YouTube. So after we film, we have to edit. And then after we edit, we have to export it from our editing software. And then you have to then upload it onto YouTube. And the exporting from the software takes hours. The uploading to YouTube takes hours. So realistically, you have to add an extra half a day on top of like how long it will take you to film and edit to do this. And then so like I would be like, yep, I've got this all planned out in my head, and I've got 3.5 hours left of footage to edit, so I can do that in 3.5 hours. It doesn't take 3.5 hours to edit 3.5 hours of footage. It takes
It's more like double that.
yeah, it's crazy. And so you're sitting there and you're editing it and you're getting it all sorted, and then or I think I'm all sorted. I'll film like 3 days before launch. I'm saying to Jassy, yeah, I've got plenty of time, don't worry. And then the night before launch at like 2 a.m., I'm still at my computer like, come on, work faster.
100%. It's behind the scene. There's really a lot before any video tutorial go out live, or even our pattern. Yeah. So it's really, but the process is so enjoyable. I don't know. I always love testing period. You just keep my spirit going. Is that the way to say it? It's like, everybody is so enthusiastic about the testing and pointing out mistakes here and there, and we rectify together. I just love the process.
And I think that sometimes like how we know we've got a good pattern coming up is when we're testing how enthusiastic the testers are. Like there are patterns where you can definitely see straight away everyone's jumping in, doing it straight away, and then they make multiples. And this pattern, there was a lot of multiples. So there was a lot of people who did multiples. And this was quite a short testing period. Even for Jassy, I'm saying this for you, Nikki. Even for Jassy, this was a short testing period, because originally, I'm giving out secrets because that's what I do. Originally, there was supposed to be another bag with this. And then we decided to separate it and do it as a different launch, because the second bag that was supposed to be part of the Packmate, Jassy ended up changing it into something completely different. So halfway through this testing period, we turned around and went, let's move that into a different launch and a different test, a different pattern, a whole new name, a whole different bag, because it's not, even the functionality is not the same. Originally, we thought it was going to be another toiletries bag, but it's not. The next pattern that we're doing is completely different. you guys might be thinking, oh, yep, so it'll look similar to this. It doesn't look anything like the Packmate. Like you will see it come out and you go, why did they think this is the same launch? It's not. Then it never should have been together. And so this test went from a normal testing period to let's shorten it, get this one done so we can start testing the next one.
And I'm really grateful for the tester team to be so flexible, especially when, during testing, I hear feedback, and when I saw the next prototype, the ideas just come to me then. And I really appreciate it with all the testers that are so open to changes. And that is really important because things change.
But I think that goes both ways as well, Jassy, because I think most of us here, we've tested for a few different designers. We've done things for different designers. And not a lot of designers are open to feedback, and Jassy is very quick and open to feedback. So like, for example, for this make, one of the things that was brought up was the zipper length. Is this the right zipper length? And she changed it straight away. And then so we tested the changed one. And then we all, like, she's very easy and very happy to listen to feedback. There's some designers, they'll be like, no, it works for me, you're wrong. And that's the end of discussion. Whereas Jassy will always listen. She'll hear it, we'll sound it out, we'll try it out, and then see what will make it best for the end consumer. And I think that's one of the big differences with Jen and I. One of the very big similarities we have is we both did the fold and zip backpack. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. It's still, I shouldn't say that one, I've got the Scholar Pack right there, but the fold and zip backpack is still one of my favorite backpacks. And we both did that for me, it was my third, I think it was your third ever bag make as well.
Nope, it was my first ever bag make.
First ever bag make. So if you look at that pattern, I think Jassy put it up as an intermediate pattern, and I did it as my third pattern. Jen did it as her first. And we both made it, like, I can just see mine over there. It's hidden over there, but Kian, my son, uses it as a backpack for daycare, and he's used it for 2.5, 3 years now, and it's still good. And that was my third ever bag make. Like, it's held up. So it's the way Jassy like takes on the feedback, I think, and she listens. And then, so even as a beginner, you can follow her patterns, but the maths is just right.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed by you ladies to attempt this as your first proper bag. I would never.
Yeah, looking back, I was like, why did I do that? But I mean, it was fun, and I fell in love with bag making with that make.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet. And that's how I discovered more of you too.
And yeah, Nikki just said as well, fold and zip was also her third ever bag make. And I think that's one of the things, because a lot of patterns, one of the big questions talking about the tester blog again, because Jassy has these tester blog questions, is difficulty. And I don't know if anyone's looked at the Packmate pattern on the website yet, where she talks about the difficulty. She actually doesn't list the difficulty this time. She's got this many testers think it's an advanced beginner and this many testers think it's intermediate. And I kind of love that, because for most of Jassy's patterns, I will always say, oh yeah, advanced or adventurous beginner would be able to do it. Because if you are similar to me, I will try things that are way out of my wheelhouse, that are too hard for me. And Jassy somehow makes it work. So it's, you know how sometimes like you try to do something that's too hard for you, that's too tricky for you, and it just ends up in the work in progress bin, and then 3 years later you throw it out? That doesn't happen with Jassy's patterns, because the way that she explains it, even without tutorials, you could probably follow it through. I mean, some people need tutorials regardless. I get that. One of our friends that I talked to, Jenny from Victoria in Australia, she's told me before, like, she buys Jassy's patterns because she needs the pattern pieces, obviously, but she only ever watches the tutorials to sew it, because words don't stick with her, so she can't read and sew.
Yeah, I get that totally. So both will help a lot on the video tutorial. Otherwise, it will be ages before I can release a pattern.
And in case no one has realized this, Jassy is a bit of a perfectionist as well. So you guys can see my background. This is me. I've got this ready so that I could film my intro outro for the video. It's tidy enough. It's okay. Jassy's probably cringing like that is not tidy. But you guys see my
No, it is. It is. At least better than mine. Mine is really. This is really messy. So excuse me.
she says it's really messy, but if she shows it to us, it'll be clean. Jassy doesn't do messy. And it's the same when she films. When she films, she has to tidy the whole sewing room. Everything needs to be clean.
Yeah, I think my OCD that does get to me. Before I really start filming, I have to clean up a lot of things. So time is really important for this, and I really waste a lot in preparation.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all, yeah. I never have enough space. I think some of us could probably get.
Your house is big, Sam. Your house is big. I don't have enough space. Definitely not my
At least you have a designated sewing space.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jen's still sewing and filming on her dining table.
Yeah, Jen.
Yeah, great.
It's amazing. I don't know how you can do it. I can't walk out into any area that the kids are in because it's that much of a mess. If we think I'm messy, my kids are. I guess with me, it makes sense, right?
It gets better, if that helps. Mine used to dump baskets just to dump them, but now my youngest is like, absolutely not. That cannot be on the floor, and he'll clean up all on his own. So, I mean,
Yeah, I think it gets better as they grow older.
Yeah, definitely. I hope so. I was telling Jassy this yesterday. So because obviously I'm Facebook banned, I can only post on Instagram. And a lot of my business is done through Facebook. So I do sell my makes. I do have videos as well. If anyone else sells their makes, here I am advertising, talking about markets and pricing. So go check those videos out if you are interested. But when most of my customer base is on Facebook, I have the biggest customer base on Facebook. A lot of them, and I think that's what Facebook does, a lot of them become friends. So I've lost contact and access to all of them. And yesterday, obviously, with the Packmate new launch, and I've got a few tester makes, I needed to let people know that it's available and it's here. And Facebook and Instagram are very different with their marketing, like, I guess, algorithms. So Instagram is all about videos. It's reels and videos. And Facebook is photos. So like Facebook, it's so much easier for me. And then yesterday I had to film a billion more videos because I'm trying to get these bags out to show people they exist. And while I'm doing that, Kian comes in and he's like, "Mummy, do you know what Savannah's doing?" And he walks in and he's holding this cup. It's about this big and like that wide, like a normal cup size. And it's filled with Nutella. She's gone and grabbed the jar of Nutella, filled up a cup, and she's eating Nutella out of a cup with a spoon. And then at dinner time, they're both trying to tell me that they're not hungry and that they have tummy aches. I'm like, I wonder why. You ate a jar of Nutella.
You cannot leave them alone for too long. Otherwise, or too quiet. Something is going
it's
on.
horrible. You'll hear them in my videos quite a lot. Like I try to block them out so that you can't hear them. But if they're silent for too long, I have to stop to go check on them. And it's the same as like when I'm just sewing normally. They are constant. But yes, for those of you who think Aussies just sit there eating Vegemite all day, we don't. We do eat Nutella too.
But I really don't understand how you can manage it. Sewing, filming a tutorial with your kids around, that is the next level. Definitely the next level for me.
I have to. Next year is going to be better. So next year, Kian goes to school, proper primary school. So this year he's at not kindergarten, at daycare. So Savannah and Kian only go to daycare 1 day a week together. So I only get Friday off. That's why normally my lives are only on Fridays. Today I'm able to do a live because Charlie, my partner, took Kian out so that I've got the house to myself. So when he starts school next year, I'm going to have 5 days a week where I don't have Kian, and then 2 days a week where I don't have Savannah. So I'll have 2 days of kid-free day. So I'm kind of excited for that.
Yes, especially for your new business coming up. You want to tell us a little bit more about your new venture?
I am, Jassie's throwing me in there. I am in the process of buying a fabric company. So for those of you who know Inkling and the Kraken here in Australia, I am in the process of buying it. This is really embarrassing because just before it wasn't even before I made this decision. Before this was even an option, I filmed a video bragging about Inklings and the Kraken and their fabric bases and why I love them so much and which ones I use. And I specifically say in it, I am not affiliated. I don't get paid. This is not my business. So I now have to make the decision on, do I need to take that video down? Because
no, the timeline, we all knew it about the time. It's a timing, you can't just remove it because of you are taking ownership of this company. You should be very proud of this accomplishment. Really, really
thank you. I'm really excited. Thank you, Nicole. Kalicia's just joined us as well. I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's really exciting because obviously with bag making, I love it. I did it originally to start as I'm a stay-at-home mum. And so I started the bag making business to just be a little bonus added income to our single income household. And it's worked really well. But I always said to Charlie, at the 5-year mark, when the kids go back to school or when the kids start school, that's when I'm going to start looking at income for the family, because obviously cost of living is rising. It's not fun. And this opportunity came up. I didn't think it was possible. And then Charlie's like, no, Sam, this is what we need to do. We'll make it happen. So I talked to Jody, the current owner of Inklings, and she was super excited. So I was really lucky. She was like, no, you will be the perfect fit. I would love that if you could buy it. And so we are going ahead, hopefully. Well, no, it's not hopefully. We are going ahead. It's just
a matter of when.
Yeah. So unfortunately for everyone else, Jody and I are both very like, oh yeah, we'll work on each other's schedule. And Jody has a lot going on. I have a lot going on. So we're kind of like, da 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 da. But it is happening. Yeah. So that's our next thing moving forward. So for those of you in Australia that have seen me at markets with bags, I will slowly be dropping out of that. You will no longer see me at markets as often. I've got, I'm doing Sydney Oz Comic Con in a couple of weeks. So that might potentially be one of my last conventions, which is sad and exciting at the same time. Yeah, so this
the preparation work is so much for a market. Over here, we don't really have days, probably a pop-up store over the weekend, but not happening like this period now. But I can't imagine you have to pack everything up. Do you have to bring your table along
for the conventions? We're lucky. So the conventions, they give us, for this one, I get a table. So the last one I did, Supernova, they give you nothing. So Supernova, you get walls and floor, and that's it. You have to do everything else yourself. So you have to bring tables, chairs, and that's one of the biggest. I always forget to bring chairs. So I'm normally the person that's just kind of standing for ages, for 8-10 hour days. And then when I get too tired, I sit on the floor. I don't know yet, Nikki, if Supernova is completely out and done. At the moment, I'm saying yes, no more Supernova, but I will probably get sad and miss the con crowd, because if any of you guys have done cons, it's almost more like a community than it is like a market or a business. This year was the peak of my cons. So where they put me, where my store was, it stared straight at celebrities, like where people were getting their photos and signatures. So I spent the whole 2 days staring. I don't know who knows Sam Heughan. Sam Heughan is is Jamie Fraser from Outlander. So I spent 2 days staring at him. He doesn't know it yet, but we are going to get married eventually. I don't care that, I've got Charlie, but and also, Alex from Doctor Who. So yeah, sorry. I am a bit of a geek. I am a hidden geek. So I was geeking out over everyone. So it does make me a bit sad that I might not be in the con, but who knows? I'll probably go back.
Oh, thank you, Kalisha. Thank you for loving the sophisticated patterns and the videos as well.
Yeah. The videos are always fun, I think. And even if Jassie's patterns, it's really funny. Depends on how long you've been following Jassie's progress and how long you've been following our videos. You can see them slowly loosening. And like Jen and I talked about, it is hidden, Nikki, shut up. Jen and I talked about this test about how like Jassie puts little tips down in her patterns. So the tips are quite new. So if you've been sewing a few of Jassie's patterns, in the old patterns, she doesn't have as many tips. As the time goes on, there's more and more tips that are popping up on the pattern. And sometimes don't forget to add your zipper pull, or like, remember you need to do this. And I can't remember what it was this time, but both Jen and I were like, we need to add more tips. We need more tips. And it's most of the time it's mistakes that we've made during the testing period or filming.
I feel like it was the side panel one of which way
it was.
went with the zipper, with it facing when it needed to be facing where.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, because this packmate is a little bit confusing because there's one side panel where both sides you have lining. Usually we have one exterior and one is lining. Whereas for this packmate, we have both sides are lining. So yeah, and you ladies helps a lot. The tester group also put a lot of reminder.
Look at this.
Nicole's just
Jen
to go sort out dinner. So thank you for joining us, Nicole. It was really good to have you here.
Thank you for joining, Nicole.
I think Jen's right. If I don't know who's watched my video yet, because we're not even 24 hours into the launch yet. So the pattern's not even 24 hours old yet. So I don't know who's actually watched my 4-hour-long video. I think it was almost 4 hours. But
I think mine was too. So yeah.
So we're very similar this time. Yay! So
yeah, I think the only time that we weren't was the scholar pack. But you did the chest strap. So you had extra steps that you needed compared to the one I did. So I think that's where the time difference came in.
That would be a huge time difference there. That would make sense. This time around, the step that I stuffed up was, so the zippers on the two sides, they need to both come from the top and open that way. And I think the first time I sewed it during the tutorial, I had one zipper opening from the top that way and the other one opening from the bottom up. So that is obviously not okay. So that had to get seam ripped and redone. And I think I mentioned it in the pattern that I had to seam rip. But the worst mistake I ever did was with the scholar pack. I don't know if Jassie remembers this. Scholar pack. That was bad. I don't even remember what step it would have been, but I forgot the main zipper pull, the main compartment zipper pull. I forgot it. And I didn't remember until I'm birthing the bag and I'm trying to birth it. And I'm like, how do I open the zipper? There's no zipper pull.
That was really, I mean, the saddest thing for us as a bag maker, especially the gusset is already done, you top stitch perfect, and the next thing you realize I done a multiple times because I was too busy watching my Netflix.
I know Jen and I have had this conversation before about a seam ripper, like the seam ripper. I always have my seam ripper next to me. I sorely believe in the seam ripper curse. If it's not there, I'm going to need it. But Jen never uses a seam ripper. Not never uses a seam ripper, but I think we talked about this. Like, I use my seam ripper multiple times a day. Like, it is a weird day if I've not had to use my seam ripper at least once. And Jen
I
uses it
may
like
use mine once a month.
once a
if
month.
Ooh, that's good.
Like, that is crazy. I am daily like seam ripping. It's bad. Maybe I'm not a good sewist. A lot of times I don't.
I think the sewing, yes, both of you have a very different, I mean, to me, both of you have a very different personalities in terms of when it comes to
Yeah.
sewing. Jen is more probably um,
Yeah.
careful. Sam is careful, but you go with the flow. You grab wherever you have the nearest fabric, then you just sew it. Then later part you will assemble everything perfectly
Yeah.
too.
Nikki's the same.
Yeah.
So Nikki rarely uses a seam ripper. Really? I feel like you guys are lying to me. I feel like more people use a seam ripper more often than. But I know Nikki though, she always has her zippers installed. So when she cuts the pattern, she puts the zipper pull on straight away. So whereas I never do that. My zipper pull always goes on at the last possible minute, which is part of why I seam rip so often.
See, mine it just depends, but if I do leave my zipper pull off, because like if I want it to fit around a gusset better, without having to move my pull, I'll leave that pull, but I'll leave it in like that spot right in the middle of like my machine, so I
Yeah.
consistently keep seeing it, so my chances of forgetting it are lower.
That makes sense. Yeah, that would be. I'm like, my phone is vibrating. I'm like, just in case it's the kids. No kids. Oh, we're safe. Yeah, Nikki not joining the missing zipper pull club. Have you really never forgotten a zipper pull? Have you really not been in the, like, you've not even walked into the clubhouse once yet, Nikki? Like, seriously? I can't. I think I joined the zipper pull club like in my second or third make.
I'm trying to remember if I did or not.
Oh,
I feel like I
It's
have.
fun, you should join once,
I know some people are like, oh no, you just
then you will remember.
you do it once and you'll never forget it again. I'm like, no, I forget it all the time still.
All the time.
Never, I refuse. I'm going to be sending like bad juju karma your way. I'm going to be like thinking of you every time I forget a zipper pull. I swear I'm not a mean person. I just like picking on Nikki.
Or better yet, every time that you do remember one, you're like, "Ha, this is the time she's gonna forget."
Yes. I feel like that might not be as common as the other way around, though.
It's true.
The only time I've never forgotten zipper pulls is like when you actually have to, like, on zipper boxes. So I do. Oh no, that's not true. I have forgotten them on zipper boxes too. It's just, it's never ending. It's too easy to forget them. Oh, sorry. We are completely just talking about random stuff now, which I guess is what we kind of said we're going to do. So if anyone has any questions about the new pattern or Sewfisticated in general, or testing process or pattern writing process, ask now, because we've got Jassy here and she will answer them because we've got her on the spot, so she has to answer them. But I know pattern writing is not fun. It's not easy. Sorry, I'm constantly readjusting. I never get comfy.
But I love to write, actually. It's one of my favorite part of the
process.
The process.
I don't know how you do it. I even with making a bag. So I know there's a lot of talk about like pattern prices and things like that, but people don't realize how much goes into the background of designing a pattern, right? So like even with making a bag, and I spend 6 hours sewing this bag up, if I put it on my website, and it doesn't sell immediately, I get sad. And writing a pattern is weeks, if not months, right? Like it's a long time. It's a long time to do. And if I had to work on something for weeks and months and then have to publish it, I would be a wreck sitting at my computer staring at, if anyone has Shopify, on Shopify, you can see how many live visitors you have on your website at any time. I would be a mess sitting there staring at my phone like, please have visitors, please have visitors.
Oh my goodness. Think about how I would be, because I don't sell yet because I'm terrified of that.
Yeah, it's actually super, super scary. Why are you using big words, Nikki? Nikki, break it down. Make it an easy word. I'm not even going to attempt to say that word. I feel like that's just like aphantasia. Is that? Yes, Kalisha's asked how to become a tester. Keep an eye on the group for tester course. We've done a video before on like tips and hints on becoming a tester as well. But while you're here, so you don't have to watch that as well, I don't want to say be careful with how you apply for testers. So in the tester call, there's very specific instructions. And I'm going to call you out, Jen. Jen's the stickler for it. She is the biggest stickler for the rules. So make sure you follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules for the tester call out, even if your bag is the prettiest bag in that tester call out, you might not get pulled up. Because one of the things that we really look for with testers is the ability to follow instructions, right? So if you can't follow the tester call instruction, you're not going to get caught up. So normally we ask for a few photos of your recent makes, a little bit of a description of who you are. Photos, don't just post whatever photos are on your phone at the time. Normally a tester call out would last for at least 24 hours, normally a few days. So take your time. There's no hurry to do it straight away. The first person to submit isn't an automatic in. We always wait till the tester call has done before we go and shortlist our favorites. That sounds horrible. I hate calling people our favorites. And what we're looking for is people that can obviously read instructions and follow them, and good photos. So make sure your photos are up to standard. There is a bit of a secret criteria as to how often do you participate in Sewfisticated Craft as well. So if you comment a lot in the group, if you talk to us, if we know your name, there is a higher chance that we put you a little bit higher up on the list. So if there's 3 people that bags photos are very similar and all 3 of them we like, and we have to only choose one, the person who comments or the person who we know their name of is more likely to get a call up first before the other 2. I know that sounds a bit unfair and maybe a bit favoritism, but it's kind of also how we get to know that you will be a right fit for the tester group. Because the tester group that we have, the group of testers, there's a permanent group that you guys might see their names all the time and know that they test all the time. And then there's guest testers. We've got a really good group of people. Everyone's super fun. We all kind of get along. And I like to say most of them are my friends now. And that's what we kind of want to build. So when you comment a lot on the Sewfisticated Craft community, that kind of shows us that you're, I guess, in the same kind of like mindset. Yeah. Like we're similar type of personalities. So
But I mean, also, like, even though we want you to be active in the group, it's also really great. Like, if you're interested in being a tester, not even just for like SCD, like any type of group, it's very helpful when you're active across the bag making community as a whole. So, like, if we're seeing you posting in creative bag making and like Shanghai and like all the other big bag groups, like, we're gonna want to have you because we already know that you're posting around the groups.
Yeah, like Leanne, the first time she applied for a guest tester role with Sewfisticated, the minute she commented, I ran to Jas. I'm like, Leanne's commented. She's huge in the Australian bag making world. We need to get her now. So it does like because obviously we're all bag makers, so we are always all around. So we know who posts a lot. We know what everyone does. And just because you're a new bag maker doesn't mean you don't have a chance, okay? The first time I tested for Jassy was the Sassy. And same with Jen. Jen hadn't been sewing for long either when you first...
I applied with one bag. One bag. That's all I applied for. And then I took on the bell.
Yeah. So, and little tip, both of us applied with a fold and zip backpack. So...
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh no, y'all saw the fold and zip first, then thereafter Jen came first, right?
Yep.
Then
Jen came first, but both of our photos that we used to apply for the guest test was our fold and zip. Yeah. So,
I mean, it strike a call definitely, because if you are not that, especially when fold and zip is your first few bag, and when you apply for a designer tester, it's always nice to apply with their pattern. I mean, it shows that you are around already, so it's easier to connect the link, the connection.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think for any designer.
Yeah, and that's what I try to do. If I ever apply for other tester calls with other designers, I always use one of their photos first, one of their bag patterns first, because it shows we've sewn with them before. So yes, and that's a good thing. Having tested with other pattern designers is a really good thing. It's good to mention it as well, that you've tested for other designers, so you kind of know the testing process. Because I think one of the hard things is, I think if you've never been a tester, and I know a lot of people who've never been testers want to be a tester, it's not, every designer is different too, but testing is not easy. Sometimes testing is not easy. There's a lot that's required of you, but you're expected to say, this didn't work for me, why? This didn't work for me, why? So you need to tell designers your opinion. Some designers throw you in the bin and go, we don't want to hear your opinion, go away. We just want you to sew them up and advertise for us. But so you just need to be aware that when you take on a testing role, you're expected to communicate and you're expected to make a bag, I guess. And your bag is going to be used for advertising. So that's one of the big things. And if you can show us in that initial comment that I understand that, that's a good thing. Because I think a lot of people, from what I can see of the tester calls, is a lot of people, when they apply when they've got no time. So they see a tester call and they immediately respond. And even if they're sitting in a dentist's office or something, I don't know, and they don't have the time, they immediately respond, I would love to test for SCD. My name is blah, blah, blah. Here's a bag I made. That doesn't really give us enough insight into you. So if your bag photo isn't immediately super grabbing and super amazing, which it probably won't be because you've literally just been sitting in a waiting room, just chose whatever bag was the first one up, you might not get pulled up. And if you waited a few more hours till you actually had time to respond and actually given us a big, I think it was Chris. Chris is the one that I fought for the most. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. So Chris, I fought for the most to become a tester originally, because Chris's bags, her photos originally with her first tester call that she showed weren't the most amazing photos from like the tester call out photos we've seen, but her write-up got me. She talked about her cats and her cat names and I and I'm like, I like this girl. Like, I don't even know who she is, but I like her. I want her. I want to work with her. And I remember saying to Jassy, please, 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 please. And now Chris has been, I don't know how many patterns Chris has tested now, but she's been a pretty regular now for a fair few months. And I think last test, her bag was voted one of the VIP, very important testers for the tester group. So yeah. So what you write matters. So don't think we don't look at your words and we only look at the photos, because we do look at the words.
Yes, and also one thing is, I mean, some of the, if you can see, we do have guest tester to come in, and some is repeated. guest tester before they go to a permanent tester, because it is also important for us to work on the photos, because you got to be proud of what you make. If you enjoy the process but your photos doesn't show, especially right now we are all in a visual world. I mean, I'm not going to buy the photo. I'm not going to buy your bag means I'm not going to buy the pattern. So all these are important before you take the final photo. Stuff your bag overnight, make the edges work. I mean, of course, there will be one or two patterns that might be a little bit challenging. But if all your photos end up to be always the same, then maybe something that you should work on is a photography, or maybe your stitching. I'm not sure. This is something that we do look at it. And I know Sam is particular on all the edges. She always, sometimes you will highlight, no, this is not. She should have stopped the bag first.
I get really angry when people don't stuff their bags. Because I think if you're watching this, you've probably sewn a sophisticated design. None of Jassie's, I don't want to say none of Jassie's patterns are quick sews, because she's obviously got like the sunny sleeve, that's a pretty quick sew. But all of these patterns that you do with Jassie, especially, they're multiple hours. Like they're a few hours of your life. And you will spend a few hours of your life sewing this pattern and you take a photo straight away because you're so excited. I get it. But if you just give it a few hours to sit and then take the photo, and I got in trouble for this one because I was in a big hurry this release. I can't remember why, but I was just really far behind and I was in a hurry. And my intro and outro for the tutorial was literally filmed yesterday, I think. So I was filming it and then I knew I had to finish editing and get it all on. So I just finished the bag and I hadn't actually given it time to set. And Jassie was complaining. See, Jassie, I don't know if you can see it now. It's gone. That pucker isn't there. It looks like this is.
Yeah, I know. I don't think is this photo.
It was, yeah. It is that one.
Yes,
and she picked on me because I had one little pucker, and that pucker was because I hadn't let my bag sit yet.
Because it was right there. And I was like, okay, is that a pucker? Which is not normal for Samantha. So that's why I asked her. And Nikki mentioned that I love bright photos. I mean, end of the day, we do need photos that sells. And if it's too dark and I can't see the features, especially the dark colors lining, this is something I'm particular. I like monochrome colors, don't get me wrong. But when I need to feature the interior, the last thing I will use is dark colors. Especially black.
Nikki, you're gonna laugh at this. My the Winnie the Pooh one that I did, that one here, I couldn't submit my tester photos until past the deadline of the form because the photos I took were overexposed. They were too bright.
Under the sun. Yeah. You make me work 3 times on the launch day. Yes.
It was literally, I think maybe an hour before launch, and I finally sent Jassie photos that were usable.
Yeah.
So I am that annoying tester that keeps Jassie on her toes. There's always one of us.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't use object.
I was going to say, we definitely take turns.
But that is the fun part behind it, you know. I think the 3 of us, we have so much you know, the way we communicate, we are able to understand each other. Yeah, I think it take a while. Not a while. We have been together, I think, for 3 years.
Yeah, must be.
Is it 3 years? Yeah.
It's been a while.
Really awesome.
It's been a while.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. So, and yeah, it's really good because we've almost like sisters. We kind of all explain each other and understand each other. Yes, it is always better to underexpose a photo and fix it in editing because you can't fix an overexposed photo. I've learned that.
Oh, that's definitely yes.
And one quick thing on testing too. Sorry, Kalisha, while I remember, because I did this with my second one. One big rule that we have with sophisticated testing, I don't know if all pattern designers have this, but the first pattern or the first make that you do always has to be made exactly as per the pattern. No changes allowed. So that's one thing that we're really strict on at Sewfisticated, so that when someone buys a pattern, because we don't want someone to look at a tester's pattern. So for example, this one's my second make, and I've changed the orientation of the zipper gusset on the side. It's supposed to be over on here, and I've made it on the bottom. And if I had posted that as a tester make without my first one, and someone bought it and went, why is my bag different to the tester make that I bought? It's false advertising, really. And yes, you can make changes to patterns. Everyone makes changes to patterns, but that's why it's really important for us that your first make is always exactly per the pattern. The second make, the third make, the fourth make, if you want to make 20 during the testing period, you can. You can make whatever changes you want, but the first one has to be exactly like the pattern. And that's one of the fun things that we like to do. And I think I'm the only one who made changes this time. I'm like, yay! I'm proud of myself now.
Yeah, I think you're the only one.
Everyone else is like, no, this is exactly what we want. I'm like, no, I'm making
changes. Please make one without the side zipper, side panel. Simplified version.
Yeah, and without the side panels, it will actually be a much quicker make. I did this one because after I made the first one, my first tester make, I don't even have my first tester make here. I've got two here. My first one is on a cruise ship with my mum, because I was halfway through making my first one and she came in and she's like, oh, this is nice. And I'm like, well, I am making it for you, but I didn't want to tell her it's for her, because she wanted to kidnap my Travelnizer. She wanted my Travelnizer for her cruise. And I didn't have time to make a Travelnizer. And I'm like, I'm not making you a new Travelnizer. She's like, I'll take yours then. I'm like, no, you're not taking my Travelnizer. And so the minute I finished my first Packmate, she stole it. So that's why I've only got two left here.
And you're smart. You know that she's going away and she will ask for Travelnizer. You make a surprise Packmate for her.
So I'm waiting for her to come back. I asked her to take me some photos of it in the cruise ship bathroom, because if anyone's been on a cruise, the bathrooms are small. And I love my Travelnizer on cruises, and I've sold so many of these as custom makes because of showing how you use it on a cruise ship. So I'm hoping she gets me some good photos so I can use that to get some more custom makes as well. But I don't know if I trust her photos. We'll see when she comes back.
Talk about that, the Travelnizer. I saw this post, but I went back and I couldn't find it, that this maker made the Travelnizer and she brought it along to the craft show, because instead of backpack, all her stuff are stuff on the backpack and she put on the floor, something along the line, and it gets dirty. Whereas for this Travelnizer, it helped her to keep organized during the craft show. So you just hang it there and all the stuff are inside there, and for her to bring it up, which is so much better, which I think it makes sense, especially where space is a constraint.
Nikki's going off to bed, so good night, Nikki. Well, not good night, Nikki. Good night, Nathan. And bye, Nikki. But yeah, it's definitely, that's one of the reasons why I love my Travelnizer. And when you said you were going to do another hanging bag, even though I wanted it, I did say, yes, let's do it, I didn't think I could like anything more than my Travelnizer. And then I turned this into a handbag because I want it as a handbag now. But when I went traveling, so last year I did a month in Scotland. We went back to visit the in-laws, and it's lovely because we got to stay with the in-laws. So we had free accommodation, which is so nice. But we were in their bedroom, was the room that they gave us. There's no floor space. They were renovating the bathroom, so I had nowhere to put any of our toiletries, and I just hung the Travelnizer up on the back of the door, and then all my makeup was easy to access, all of my toiletries are easy to access. I'm not taking up any more room, and it's so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. The only problem I have now with the Travelnizer is Savannah, my 3-year-old. She has started becoming obsessed with makeup, so
welcome to the world.
I now have, this used to be my makeup section, was this one, and this was my skincare. So now I have to have my makeup on this one and the top one so that she can't reach it when I hang it up high.
I get that totally.
Oh, girls, they just never stop. But yeah, I'm gonna show this one off because I haven't shown it because I'm not on Facebook, so no one can see this. This is this is
Oh,
giving
yeah.
you guys a little bit of an idea. So if you guys haven't seen the Packmate, this is my one that I made after my first tester because I was so inspired by it. I wanted a new handbag. So I have a video reel on my Facebook, Instagram. My handbag is the Sewfisticated Belle. Someone's asked me that before, literally just before I got banned. So I don't know if they got my message. They also emailed me. So I did respond to them. So I'm sure they now know. And this is quite similar size to the Belle, I think. So size-wise, it's like the perfect size for me for a handbag.
No, I think this is much smaller
much
than
smaller?
Belle. Belle is broad. The depth
Oh, yeah,
is.
the depth won't be as
I think
much.
it's
Yeah. So,
Yes.
but for me, I really wanted, my kids are playground ages. So I wanted something insulated. So the only stabilizer I used in this is insulating. So I used all insulated foam on all of the inside compartments. So this whole main compartment is insulated. I've not made any changes to the inside. So I still have all the same pockets and everything. But that's now a picnic bag. So I can have yogurt pouches and water and whatever else needs insulated in there when I go to the picnic. And then originally I was just going to do the side panel different. So the side panel, I've made it with 2 zippers and with the gusset on the bottom instead of on the back so that it opens from the top down like this. And it actually doesn't open all the way, which is really quite good. So things won't fall out too easily. And it fits I use the card holder from Sewfisticated as my wallet. So that fits that and my phone in there easily. But when I messaged Gassy saying I was going to do this, she's like, why don't you just put a zipper pocket on the back? That will be even better for your phone. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that too. So I also added a zipper pocket. I've got this on the website at the moment, but if someone doesn't buy that from me in the next week, that is going to be my handbag. I really like it. I really want to keep it, but obviously money is nobody's friend right now. So if I can sell it in a week, I will sell it. If not, it is my handbag. I am keeping it.
I get that.
That seems to happen with a lot of. I did the same with my Pandora Allure. I made it for me. I don't know if anyone remembers my Pandora Allure make. I made it just for me. I was going through a bad patch mentally at the time. I don't remember what was happening, but I was really sad all the time. And so with the tester make, I specifically chose this fabric that had inspirational quotes through it. And so when I was sewing, it was keeping me happy. And I'm like, yes, this is what I need. I needed inspirational quotes. And then I was like, yep, this is going to be my handbag. But I didn't use it because my handbag has my kids' photos on it. So then mum guilt came in. I'm like, oh, am I cheating if I use a different, like a fabric that doesn't have my kids? Like, I feel like I should have my kids' photos. And then while I was umming and ahhing about it, I sold it.
Sometimes the more you want it, the more it will be gone. So the sooner it will
definitely. So I'm like, so I'm putting it out into the universe. I don't want these bags. Nobody. Wait. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. I have no idea. But even that one, I love this one. I love the tutorial make that I made. All the colors are exactly what I love. But I've got my travel nizer and I love my travel nizer. So I'm still trying to justify to myself that I deserve to keep them. But, it's hard. It's hard when you're a maker and you sell your makes and you make something you love.
100%. And I don't know. Sometimes I find myself it's very funny. Though I'm the designer, I don't use all bags. Like you say, the travelnizer, I don't use, but my sister-in-law use it every single time that they go for holiday. To me, it's just way too big. I don't know. It's just me and Charlotte, so I don't need the whole.
Oh, I do. I fill it up every time.
Something is wrong with me.
It's because when I go away, I pack for everything. So like the cruise I just went on, I packed 7 different eyeshadow palettes. I used 2.
Okay, that is. I have a very minimum makeup.
And then I have to. So I don't know. my camera keeps changing my skin color, so it's hard to tell. But I'm very olive skin, so I need to pack 3 different types of foundation or 3 different color foundation because depending on the day when I wake up, what color I am.
Is it because of the season?
Yeah, the season, I tan very easily, but over summer I also lose my color really easily. And sometimes if the sun, I don't know if it's the sun brightness as well changes how I look. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. We already know sometimes I can be a bit special with some things, a bit OCD, a bit. So maybe. Bee's here.
I saw. Hi, Bee. How are you?
For those who don't know, Bee filmed all of the original Sewfisticated craft videos. When I released my first tutorial, the first tutorial I did for Sewfisticated, I messaged Bee and I said to Bee, like, I hope you don't mind. I'm doing these ones now. And Bee is so lovely. She was like, no, this is so amazing. And she watched it and she commented, it means the world. I'm like, Bee was the first ever sewing video I watched. I know for a lot, it was, for me, it was Bee. Bee was the first person I watched on YouTube with bag making.
Yeah, she was awesome. And she did a lot of the earlier part of Sewfisticated pattern until her own work, getting too much. How are you, Bee?
It'll take a while to respond because there's normally a little bit of a lag. Yeah. So this is kind of what we mean, like the Sewfisticated community, like the Facebook group is, I haven't looked now. I know we're over 10,000. Are we 12,000 yet? I don't know. I'm making almost 13. 13,000 members, 13. But it's still quite a I don't know if we're a small community, but we get to know everyone very well. So I think we're still lucky in that it's a relatively tight-knit, small-knit group still. So we all still talk and we all still know each other, I think, in some ways, or we feel like we know each other.
It's part of family. Like for me, every day I will check in to the Facebook or I will check with you ladies. It's just nice, though it's like but on virtual.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh. Is it a boy or a girl?
That's so exciting.
And if you all don't know, Bee is actually a tailor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She actually, from what I heard, she made wedding dresses, correct?
Wedding dresses.
I mean, it's like, wow, super impressive. Her orders are
packed. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You guys already know this about me. I can't sew clothes. I
can't sew clothes. No, Sammy are much better than me.
Oh,
girl.
Oh, how fun.
She'll be so spoiled. Oh, with all the
pretty little dresses.
Sorry, Jen.
Well, thank you, Bee. Oh, that's so exciting. It's always fun catching up. I always feel like our lives sometimes, if you don't know who we are, you've randomly stumbled on here. You're probably like, why are a group of friends randomly chatting? And it kind of always ends up like that a little bit. Oh, it's amazing. Yep. So Bee's a bespoke tailor. That is, I don't know how I've tried making clothes for just me and I can't ever get it to fit right. So I don't know how tailors do it. You see people on like groups always complaining about like, oh, a tailor hemmed my pants. Why are they so much? I get it. I've hemmed a pair of pants once. I never want to do it again.
But this is where Jen is so talented. She can sew bags, she can sew clothes. Oh.
But I hate hemming still. Still hate hemming.
I know Jen, because obviously when you're in a bag group, you're on a lot of sewing groups. I see Jen like striking fabric sometimes, and she comes up like with exercise pants, and they fit so perfect. And I'm like, how? Like this doesn't make sense. I don't understand.
Oh, I love my exercise pants.
That
and hoodies.
That's one thing I do kind of want to get into because obviously like with Inklings, I probably should start getting used to sewing other bases too. Like there's strikers that obviously do clothes that I can rely on, but I should probably learn how to sew clothes better. And like that's the next thing I need to work on. Like I need to work on sewing clothes. Maybe.
It's fun. It's quick. It's a whole
You
lot
say
faster.
that, but I hate my overlocker. I feel like if I don't have a good relationship with my overlocker, I can never be quick at sewing clothes.
That is kind of true. I mean, but you don't
I,
have to
I
use
don't
it.
think it's so big, but how about the feet? I don't know. I saw all the pattern pieces. It's like it just scared me away because there are so many pages that you have to fit everything together. I mean, in bags there are different portions, but for clothes like a t-shirt, there are multiple pages in one setting.
I-
Do you already tape everything together?
Yeah, well, yes.
Okay.
Yes, kind of.
Okay,
I mean, there's people who will go ahead and they'll put like make it all together before they cut it out. But now, like, I'm to the point where I can kind of like cut around and make them into more manageable sections. So that, like, I'm not covering my floor with like 10 by 7 down pages length of stuff.
That's where I struggle with. I can't do dresses because I want to. There's so many like really pretty dress patterns that I want to do. But I'm like, I'm on the floor and my knees can't handle being on the floor for that long. I'm too old.
I got a projector and that helps, though I haven't used it for clothing yet.
Still? I remember you buying.
Yeah. Yeah, I used it for the Taylor duffel and then pushed for there to be pattern pieces for that pattern and then just kept going with pattern pieces. But it was very nice to have it. And once I make a dress again, then I will pull it back out to cut with that because the whole bending down, needing to get it all is not in my cup of tea either. So I'm hoping the projector works with that.
Yeah. And Jassy, I don't know if you just saw Bee's comment. She's just made the Pandora.
Yes, I saw. Thank you, Bee. This is also a pattern for the collaboration with the project Bee Box by Wonderground and Jazz Ochre Roots. Yeah, the Pandora Charisma. I remember this was the back of the month, and we have to keep a secret for a long while.
Because I think that one. I think the testing was done. Was it December last year?
In October.
In October last year, September, October last year, and it only came out in March this year. That was yeah. That's why I snapped up. Yeah, that was really good.
That was a really fun. I think that one sent my YouTube skyrocketing. I was so it was crazy. I was like, there's so many new people that started watching because of the charisma, because of Pandora charisma. So, but I love the Pandora series, Jassy. Are we going to expand on it? Can we do more Pandoras?
We're supposed to, but this Packmate took over, remember?
Yeah, the Packmate. And this happens a lot with Sewfisticated. So the Packmate was an idea that Jassy's had for a while, and Jen and I are supposed to keep her on track. And let's be fair, Jen does it better than I do. I get distracted and we send her on different tangents. And when Packmate came out, this is exactly what we wanted. And then we had another idea in mind, which is for the next pattern that I'm not allowed to talk about, so I won't talk about it. And then we kind of, as testing went on with Packmate, more ideas came up for the next one. And then, so that's now become a whole thing on its own. So, and that's kind of how these kind of series end up happening. It's because our brains go on tangents.
Yes, that's why that's also stress point. Back to the point, testers need to be a little bit flexible on the schedule, especially for my group. Sometimes I do change, but not every time. Yeah, this is for a good reason.
One thing that some people I don't think realize is a pattern designer is Jassy's full-time job. Jassy doesn't have, and supplies now,
Yeah.
but Jassy doesn't have a 9 till 5 job. This is Jassy's full-time job. That's why you see pattern releases coming out so often, because she literally spends, it's not even 9 till 5. You heard her say 5 a.m. she wakes up every morning. From 5 a.m. till I don't know what time at night, because I know when I wake up in the morning, sometimes before I'm awake, and I'm 2 hours ahead of Jassy. So sometimes before I'm even awake, Jassy will send through her good morning everyone message. And then by the time I go to sleep, her and Jen are still talking. So
Yeah. And sometimes until like 11
yeah,
my time. So that's 11 p.m. her time.
yeah, it's so Jassy is working constantly, and there's so many rolling ideas happening as well. So if there's bag patterns that you want to see happen, ask for it, because that's how the Taylor convertible came along. I know we've talked about the Taylor convertible before. That's how it came along. It's because people in the Facebook group asked for it, and Jassy made it happen. So, and it was the same with the Travelnizer. The Travelnizer, you guys asked for it, she made it happen. So if there is something you would love to see, ask her for it, and she will deliver. It's just when. Sometimes we have to
It's just
the
when.
Taylor, I avoid her for like
It's
a
just
year.
when. Yeah, you asked for it, but when we saw it, was like, this bag is huge. You have to clear your space, please.
Yeah, Jassy kept telling me to clear my
That
space,
was
and I
fun.
didn't do it.
Oh. Okay, ladies, I need to run because I have a exercise.
Yes.
I have a Zumba to go to. So yeah, I will leave first and let you guys continue
We should
talking.
Jen probably has to get on as well, so we'll probably just all head off as well and say bye to everyone.
So yeah, definitely
Sure,
don't have much time.
let's
Gotta
do
get
that.
to sleep.
Yeah.
And B, remember to showcase your Pandora charisma. I love to see the pattern, the bag that you make.
Awesome. Well, it's good talking to everyone. We'll see you guys all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.